ロサンゼルスドジャースが逆転勝利を収め、3連勝を飾りました。大谷翔平は1番指名打者でフル出場し、決勝の犠牲フライをマーク。先発した佐々木朗希は7回1失点の好投で今季4勝目を挙げました。佐々木は今季最長タイとなる7回を94球で投げ切り、被安打3、与四球2、奪三振9、1失点という力投を披露しました。試合後には佐々木の好投を称える声が相次いでいます。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Kind of neat to see Roki, especially coming off like how good last week looked, just kind of be able to keep that consistently, you know, like compared to earlier in the year when he had a couple good ones and like struggled again. Is that the next step kind of for him, is pitching at that level over like a kind of prolonged period now?
Yeah, but I will say I think it was the month of May where it wasn't just a couple. It was 4 or 5 pretty dang good ones. So he's done that, but yeah, coming off of his last one, it would be very fun to see him build off of that. Obviously, a lot of talk was about the velocity his last start, but the execution, the kind of changing eye level, all that stuff, that was pitching. So yeah, to see him do that again or something like that, keep stacking those would be fun to watch, yeah.
What has impressed you about Yamamoto?
The mind, the preparation, the consistency. I mean, you know, if I had to win one game, he's my guy. Yeah, he just what he's done, it's pretty remarkable.
It seems like he's better than last year. Why is that?
I think that he is continuing to learn the hitters. He understands how to minimize damage when he doesn't have his best stuff. Yeah, he's only getting better.
Well, Sasaki's got a chance here to double down on what he did in New York last Friday night. You're talking about the importance of layering on that, not having that just be a one-off thing, but giving you some evidence that you can be confident it's real.
You know what I really like is a good outing, and then he said he really felt like he was in his legs. When somebody tells me that they fixed a foundational piece of their delivery, it's one thing they say, you know what, I was doing a good job closing my front shoulder. You know, I was being really good with my glove side. I'm like, that's not a foundational piece. That can be just kind of a fix of a symptom. But when he talks about something in the lower half, that's got a chance to extend and have a life of its own, that all of a sudden you are a newborn, not a newborn deer, but a maturing one with a strong foundation. Because I've talked about his legs as kind of as wobbly as when somebody's born, especially an animal, and they're going everywhere, which way. But tonight, especially in the stretch, it's solid as a rock, his back leg.
Now, it's not been 100+ like it was at Yankee Stadium, but still plenty effective, to the point you made right off of the top. That wasn't the biggest deal. Biggest deal is where he was putting it and the way he was executing off of it. Check in with Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, after Roki's last outing, there was so much talk about how, Dave Roberts was saying that it really reminded him of Yoshinobu's outing back in 2024 at Yankee Stadium. And so Roki was asked if he felt that this outing, for him, it could have been a turning point in just his big league career, especially when it comes to the regular season. And he shared that because of the mechanical changes, because of being more in his bottom half, he did believe that the movements in the outing is going to be something that he could do that's repeatable and that he could recreate. So like you had said, it's a very good sign, and he does feel really confident just with who he is on the mound right now, guys.
And when you're in your legs, the feeling is that your legs are heavy and they're strong. They feel light and fast when you're not in your legs, and that's where your upper body's kind of pulling you off of your legs. You stay in your legs, they're heavy and strong.
Boy, that splitter has been different tonight.
Yep. It's fastball down the middle with the bottom dropping out of it. Look how long that ball is straight. And then the last, when it reaches the dirt around home plate, that's when it starts to dive. Impossible to hit.
Straight until it ain't.
The swing decision is when it's looking straight. The swing, and then misses it.
only was it just the offense tonight, but you also had Sasaki, who was excellent through 7. How would you describe just what you were seeing from him on the mound and his composure?
Yeah, he's been great. Like I said, I mean, he comes out and gives us his best every single time. Whether he's got to battle through some adversity or not, he goes out there and gives us his all. So it was just another good outing from him.
Kyle, congratulations on this win tonight.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
And we talked about it on the pregame show, Jerry, about Sasaki, how good he was last Friday at Yankee Stadium in New York, and could he build on that? Could he put together back-to-back really good starts? And sure enough, he answered that one tonight.
7 strong innings, 9 strikeouts. I love that big glove. And listen, I don't care who you are. If on the back of your mind you feel like the opposition may have your pitches or you feel you're tipping, okay, you make some adjustments. Also, he made the adjustments with his lower half. He feels stronger, feels a lot more stable, and as a result, he's able to command his pitches and then command that strike zone. I love the fastball. That devastating split was absolutely filthy. It looks like a fastball out of the hand of the hitters, and that's why you saw so much swing and miss. We got Roki throwing like this. Yankees, Mets, confidence is growing to go along with the rest of our starting staff. Wow. Dodgers looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, hopefully we see more of it. I mean, you and I always say that to make the split finger just that much more effective, you have to throw strikes with your fastball. And that's what he did. And that's why you see the Mets hitters kind of swing at them where the bottom falls out of it. You know, when you're not throwing your fastball for strike, you're just sitting there and then all of a sudden that split finger, it's almost like you recognize that because you can't get anything else over for it. And then you end up spitting on it, and it's not as devastating. But he was throwing the fastball for strike, so they were anticipating the ball being in the zone. I mean, the batters tell you how effective your pitches are. You got bats flying out of guys' hands. You see them kind of taking awkward swings. You see them reaching for pitches. His split finger, his off-speed pitches today were devastating, and he had the confidence on the hill and had just a great performance.
Number 4 on the season for Sasaki, and right now he's speaking with Kirsten and the media.
Roki, after your last outing at Yankee Stadium, you talked about the mechanical changes you made and how you believed they would lead to just a more repeatable, more comfortable delivery. How did you see the results today just prove just that?
前回のヤンキース戦から少し調整して良くなったということで、今回の試合入ったと思うんですけども、何が良くて、どんな経過を立てていますか？
そうですね。前回ほどスピード出てなかったんですけど、スプリットがいいところに決まってくれて、その中で試合全体を通して、ラッシングにもいいリードしてもらって、その要求に応えれたかなと思ってます。
I mean, fastball-wise, I mean, Bilo was a little down compared to last outing, but I felt the split was really good today, and also, rushing did a great job calling the game.
When you look at how good the splitter was there something in specific that you point to, or do you think there was something that led to just the sharpness of that pitpitch?
スプリットは良かったということ、何かその特別何か本当にいいことがあったのか、本当にキレが良かっただけなのかというところで。
落ちも良かったですし、投げてる、コースも良かったので。ただひたすらそこに投げ続けたっていうところで、うまく配球も含めて良かったのかと思います。
Yeah, I was able to locate my splitter really well, and it was also sharp, and also on the game plan was really worked out. So.
Confidence have you gotten throwing that pitch since you changed how you threw it a couple months ago?
今どれぐらい数ヶ月前に比べてどれぐらい今自信を持って投げれるようになってきてますか？
正直そこまで変わらないですけど、ここ最近スプリットがいいので、それはだいぶ自分の中では試合全体通して楽に投げれてる要因の一つなので、そこに関してはいい手応えを感じてます。
I don't think I have that much confidence, but split-wise, I feel pretty good with it. So I was able to keep it really, pitching split well.
A lot of chase on pitches outside of the zone tonight. What do you think led to that?
今日外のボールに対して打者が結構振るようなことがあったと思うんですけども、何かそれは要因があったんでしょうか？
ベース板の上に投げ続けることができましたし、落ちも良かったと思うので、その2つだと思います。
I think there are two things. I was able to keep attacking the zone, and also, my off-speed pitch has some kind of movement. So.
We heard Sasaki say velocity maybe a little bit down from where he was last Friday at Yankee Stadium, Nomar, but his stuff tonight was absolutely electric nonetheless.
Velocity isn't as important as command. We say that time and time again, and being able to dot that fastball, and he did that. And he also mentioned about that split finger. Oh, it had some serious movement. We're going to go to the K-zone and see in the fourth inning, the way he attacked hitters in the fourth inning. And this was right after the Dodgers scored a run, which was huge, because you want that shutdown inning and get that offense back in there, get the momentum there. But what do you do the fastball. There's the fastball. Get ahead. This is what he was doing better too, getting ahead. Then he goes to that split finger. Now as a hitter, what am I looking for here? Well, you're going to get that slider as well. So I already saw a fastball, splitter, slider. How about this right here? Get the swing with the splitter, starts him off with that, get the swing and miss. Here, nearly broke his elbow, nearly broke the guy's arm. At least that's what it looked like. By the way, this was the guy who also threw 100 miles an hour out in right field. You know, saved that arm. He's got a really good arm. But there's the split fingers. Already seen 2 split fingers. By the way, I'm going to come back with you again to get the swing and miss with the split finger. Now I'm just going to start it off again. Now you get the swing and miss. It's almost like it looks like you're swinging underwater. And you even do that with a fastball on a 2-1 away because you don't know. You're expecting some of his off-speed, expecting the slider, and yet he's still able to throw the fastball away, get the ground ball. Really good performance. That was just 1 inning, but he was looking like for majority of the game.
Dave, when you look at just with what Roki was able to do this evening, he talked about that obviously, and we saw that the velocity wasn't the triple digits, but the command, the splitter was still there and excellent. What does it just say to you how he now has just so much control placing the ball, even when he doesn't necessarily have the triple digits?
Tonight was just a good exhibition of pitching. I thought, like you said, the command was really good. Left that ball, middle in to Robert for the homer. But outside of that, I thought innings 4 through 7, that split was really unhittable. It was really kind of just off the fastball as far as the plane, and was in really good command all night long. He was efficient, wasn't stressed, and it was good to see him get through that 7th inning.
He talked about just some of the mechanical changes he made going into that last outing at Yankee Stadium. He said a lot of it was his lower half. Just when you consider that and now seeing this outing, does it feel like he truly has kind of made a turn as to kind of where he really wants to be as a big league pitcher?
I think so. It's still, every time you go out there, you're still trying to build on, the previous one. And I do think that where he's at mechanically right now, he's not thinking about that when he's on the mound. He's in compete mode. His delivery is repeatable, and with that, it just doesn't seem like he's searching anymore. He's just, trying to execute a game plan.
With Roki, what's you guys' confidence that whatever he's found mechanically and mentally these last couple outings is something that he's going to be able to keep repeating?
Yeah, I don't personally get into the mechanics of it. I think for me, I'm confident because of, I'm watching him on the mound. I hear about his work in between starts, see the conviction in the throw, see the repeatability, know that he has different ways to get guys out. He uses slider when he needs to. The fastball's commanded. I mean, obviously the split has been very consistent. So I think those are things that, even coming off the mound in the 6th inning, I felt that, he had more in there, and how he walked off the mound kind of showed me that or validated that, and to see him again get through that 7th inning was great.
Roki had a season high 21 swings and misses. How amazing is that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought last start he was fantastic, and tonight I think he was even better. Tonight was even better. So, like we said, before the start, just keep stacking good outings, and he had a good run in May, and let's keep building on this. It just started out as a strike, and obviously the threat of velocity he has, and so now if he can get that fastball or that split starting that same window, it's hard to lay off that pitch, and the low dart was in play today, and then the split off of that.
Dave, when you kind of talk about the conviction that he's throwing with, how much do you think his new giant glove helps with that?
I'm not sure, Dylan. I know his delivery's good. I think Dalton was very good with him. I don't know how much that has to do with that glove.
He says that the glove just looks bigger because his face is smaller now. Does his face look smaller?
I don't know, Dylan. I don't know. Why don't you ask him that?
Why are you surprised that they pitched to Shohei against in 7th inning?
That's that I don't know. I think that they felt that the lefty had a good chance to get him out, and so I don't know that answer.
The Mets did not have much of an answer on this night for Roki Sasaki. He had been struggling until his last outing against the Yankees. I think it went 5 2/3, didn't give up an earned run in that game. And tonight, 7 innings, 3 hits, and just the 1 run, the home run, 9 punch out. So what did he do so well to keep Mets hitters pretty much off balance tonight?
When you watch a guy like this, like the way he pitched tonight, and this is not because the Mets hitters have not been taking quality at bats. You wonder how does this guy struggle the way he has over the course of the season. ERA up over 4.5. Throws 100 miles an hour with his fastball, and then that wicked forkball. He's got a couple of different split fingers. One of them is a little bit harder and acts like a split finger, more like a changeup. One of them, the bottom drops out and acts like a hard knuckleball right there. That ball is nasty. It looks like a strike halfway there, and then Polanco swings over that one. But some of these ones that you're seeing dip out of the strike zone, you slow him down there at strike halfway there, and because he's got the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, you've got to be ready to swing. You've got to be on the attack, and you got to be thinking fastball. And when he can command that forkball the way he did today, a lot of them are balls that are being swung at, but they present as strikes at least halfway there with the great arm speed, and out of his hand looks like the 100-mile-an-hour. You've got no chance on those.
I wonder, when you're not facing that pitch and that guy very often, what's the challenge in trying to catch up to that pitch and deliver?
Well, I mean, the challenge is that when he's got both pitches going for him and he's locating both pitches, it's like we've seen, an example for Mets fans, when Kodai Senga has been at his very best, it's high 90s fastball and a ghost fork that is one of the more unhittable pitches in all of baseball. Well, Sasaki's forkball, especially the way it was being presented tonight, is got to be one of the more devastating pitches in baseball as well, because it looks like a fastball halfway there. The only way you can, not the only way, but the main way you try to get to Sasaki is to try to lay off that pitch, because he doesn't throw it for a strike very often. But if he's spotting his fastball at 100 and then you have to be ready to attack that fastball, that's when it's hard to hold up on that forkball.
All right. And then with Sasaki, just, obviously he's been a bit up and down in his career. Just, did you see anything particular in him that allowed him to be so sharp?
Yeah, we talked about it before the game. If you chase him beneath the zone, you're going to be in trouble. And we did that a lot. Now, it's one thing to say don't do that. It's another thing to pick up the split finger and see the pitch. And we had a hard time with that tonight, and credit to him. He threw a lot of good strike-to-ball splits and sliders as well, and we found ourselves outside the zone more than we need to. And you frankly don't beat one of the best teams in baseball by scoring 2 runs. It's just really hard to beat them like that. So we got to put more runs on the board and stay within the strike zone.
I know it all happened relatively quickly, but can you kind of take us back to that entire sequence where Ohtani somehow hooks a pitch that seemed like it was 2 feet out of the zone, and then eventually on the flip side gets thrown out at third?
Yeah, Ohtani's a pretty good player. That was a good pitch, and yeah, I mean, it was just crazy. The fact that he even got to the ball, and then he hooked it, I was like, unbelievable. But then, he was going to third, and I was like, all right, we got something here. And by the time I actually got behind third, and I'm not the fastest guy, but by the time I turned around, I saw Francisco getting the ball and was like, all right. And then, I got the play, and yeah, it was. So I didn't really watch it. I watched him, hook the ball, and unfortunate, and then I started backing up third. So, overall, it was a sick play.
Talked about your throw to home plate, but the Ohtani play in particular, just what was your vantage point first of that hit and how he got to it, and then when you realized you had an opportunity to potentially have a play on him at third?
Well, I saw it running towards like the wall underneath the padding, and I've already misplayed one of those earlier this year. So like running up on it and then lose it for a second, then it bounces out. So I tried to stay deep on it, and then I saw him not slowing down whenever he was heading into second. So I knew just throw it in, get it to one of them, and they'll get him out at third.
I leave you with one extra question. Kirsten, accidents happen. Alex Call, one of the best, one of our favorites. He was so darn sorry. Yonder and I were talking about this earlier before the show when he hopped the railing after a win and hit Shohei's elbow on accident. I thought blank. You thought what when you saw him accidentally kick him?
At first it was ouch. Oh no, this cannot be good. The good news is that Shohei does seem to be fine. He's scheduled to throw a bullpen on Saturday. We know that he's working his way back, just dealing with some knee inflammation and things there. So he should be throwing a bullpen on Saturday, and we will know a lot more information. But there were a lot of things that was, oh no, this is not good. Then this is, oh,
you don't want this on his
conscience. No, poor Alex.
If I'm Alex Call, the only thing I'm thinking about is, all right, I'm getting a call. I'm getting traded to the Giants, and not the Giants North. I'm talking about the Giants Tokyo Giants. They're gonna send me very far away.
He's the best.
We love Alex. You know, like you look at Shohei, like he's fine, man. He's 6'5", shredded. He's okay. He's fine.
D-Row, I want your honest take.
I was thinking immediately designated.
You stop it right now. I know you too well.
Designated. Even worse. Not even traded.
No, so good.
I got your back, Alex. Don't worry.
Me too. I was once interviewing Aaron Boone during a postseason game, and I tripped Luis Severino, and he fell down the steps. And I thought to myself, this is the last interview I will ever do in my life. Thank you so much. We're going to welcome Miguel Rojas coming up.
Yeah.
Biggie.
Take a look at this right here. This graphic for me, I love it. I mean, shortstops with defensive run save leaders since 2021. I mean, these are pretty good guys. Swanson, Pena, Zach, kind of Falefa. This dude is a defensive web. Mookie Betts that you've had a lot of interaction with at shortstop, and yourself. I mean, it's just unbelievable where your hitting has evolved. I mean, this is the best I've seen you hit in the last 4 years. I mean, with the Dodgers, it's been unbelievable the way you've hit, but you've also done it defensively. Take me through that process of now talking to your buddy, your teammate, and essentially going from right field saying, okay, we're going to teach you the basics here at short. How long did that take, and what was that communication like?
You know what made me more proud of this graphic right here is seeing Mookie there. Because, I mean, I know I've been playing ever since 2021. It's been 5 years, right? That I at some capacity.
And you've played it your whole life.
Right? But Mookie Betts has been playing that position for 2 years. And he got 28 defensive run save, and he's been putting the work. And that's what I'm really happy about, because he's not just talented, he's just like one of the hardest workers on our team. And it shows. It shows on the numbers. And I mean, regardless of what you're telling Mookie, he's always going to take it, and he's going to do whatever is best for the team to win.
Bro, show me this. Let's talk about this. I mean, because as much as you're great at short, you're great at imitating. And you imitated all your starting 5 pitchers. I mean, this is class, okay? This is class. How did that come about? There's a little Kirsch right there. Yeah. Oh, my favorite is Sasaki. When you go to Roki Sasaki, I mean, that is pinpoint. Are you in the shower with the boys, and after a game, you're going over what these guys are doing, or what's the deal, man?
Let me tell you, I spend a lot of innings right now on the bench. You know, I don't play that often anymore. So I have a lot of time to kind of like watch all the guys going through their routines, the motions, and I like to keep it fun, you know, and keep it light for the guys in the dugout. I feel like in that situation, we're losing by 11 runs, you know, like, we know the game is over, but we always like to turn the page and stay on the positive side, you know, like whenever you can do something to make the guys feel comfortable and kind of like laugh about something, that gonna help you to recover for the next day. So that's why I did that, and I think it was pretty cool.